Hello, hello, hello. I have a special guest on. Let me just let me get her to come on because we have a super awesome chat for you today. So, how's it going? How you doing? How you feeling? Because as I said, I have a special guest that doing this with, and she's awesome. She's somebody that I connected with a while back, and she's full of just amazing knowledge, and I figured that she would be let me see yeah, she would be a wealth of knowledge for you. So Michelle, hello, let me know if you can hear me, and I am looking to add you to the video. Just make sure that your phone is on I don't know what just happened. Okay, there we go. Make sure. That's weird. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I just saw the invite you did request to be on. Accept. Yay. Awesome. Here we go. Here we go. Hoo-hoo. I've done this in a while, like doing a what is it called? Like a dual Facebook Live with someone else. So this is going to be interesting. And as I said, there we go. You might have to, yeah, there we go.
Is that better?
Hello. Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being here. How's it going?
It's going great. Thank you for inviting me.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. So I won't keep you. Just go ahead and introduce yourself, and yeah, let uh let someone watching know who you are and what you
All
do,
right.
because I
Thank you,
know who you
Chedza.
are and I think you're awesome.
Chedza, so are you. Thank you
Thank you.
so much. So my name is Michelle Gay, and I am a certified integral professional coach. I am the CEO of Fan Your Flame Life Coaching, and I empower women to know their worth and to ditch their inner critic and to help them to gain the confidence to show up more fully as themselves.
I love that. I love all of that. It's so, and I think it's important for us women to feel, to feel powerful in so many ways, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I feel like society is always doing things to just, down our flames. And I know that your company is called Fan Your Flame, which I
Yes.
absolutely love. Yeah.
Thank
So what are
you.
we talking about today? I made a note. We're talking about self-compassion as motivation on a wellness journey. So
Yes.
share some stuff with us, please,
All
if you don't
right.
mind.
Well, so part of uh, my story is that I live with depression, and one of the things that absolutely turned my life around was learning and practicing self-compassion. I had not heard of it before. It's I always had that negative voice in my head, always criticizing me, always putting me down, telling me I wasn't good enough, smart enough, thin enough, pretty enough, funny enough, a good enough mom, good enough daughter, good enough employee, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I thought that was normal. I thought everybody had this voice, which it turns out they don't. Happily, I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but many, many, many people, especially women, live with this critical voice in their head. And so my therapist had actually asked me if I'd ever practiced self-compassion, and I had no idea what she was talking about. So I ended up educating myself on it, and it proved to be what helped me. It was the turnaround in learning to love myself, in learning to accept myself as I am, and in learning to motivate myself, because I always motivated myself with punishment,
Mhm.
with criticism. You're lazy. If I wasn't exercising, it was because I was lazy. If I had, fallen off my eating plan, my eating lifestyle, well, then it was all criticism. And I found out that criticism just will never motivate you to do better or to be better. If it had, I would have been, I would never have become depressed. I would have been, exercising, eating well all my life.
Yeah.
But self-compassion is a proven motivator. And the reason being, like, if people don't know what self-compassion is, I find a lot of times they confuse it with self-care. You hear
Yes.
a lot about,
Yeah. Tell us more about that.
yeah.
What is your definition of self-compassion?
So so with the difference with self-care and self-compassion is that self-care, you're doing something kind for yourself, which I completely advocate, obviously, like, you know, um, taking a nice walk, eating nutritious food, a bath, reading a book, listening to music, going to the spa, all of those things are acts of
Mm-hmm.
self-care, right? So you're treating yourself with kindness. But with self-compassion, you actually regard yourself with kindness. That's the difference. And when you feel compassionate towards someone else, it's part empathy, right? You're putting yourself in their shoes, but the
Mm-hmm.
compassion part is wanting to alleviate their suffering. So when you're self-compassionate, you are wanting to alleviate your own suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. That is powerful.
Yeah.
That is so powerful. That's really powerful. And you're right because I mean, I also have my story. I mean, I'm not going to talk about that now, but I always talk about how diet culture always does all these things where we constantly feel guilty about, like you were saying, like not exercising, not eating nutritious food, or even something as simple as, like if I have, I know like a lot of moms, and you are a mom as well,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And where sometimes, like if you're home with your kids and you prioritize things, and then you get to a point where you're like, okay, laundry can wait. I'll do it when I have time, or when I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's important. But then you are always guilted into feeling like, you're not good enough because you didn't fold laundry. But it's like, no, it's beautiful outside.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be outside with my son. I don't want to be sitting and folding laundry,
That's right.
So there's always like all this stuff that goes on where we are always, guilted into not doing something. So I really love, your approach of just being self-compassionate towards oneself. It's amazing.
Yes.
And how has that helped you as, as a person?
As a person, it has helped me to stop judging myself
Mm-hmm.
for what I feel is me not living up to whatever standard I had set for myself. I'm also a recovering perfectionist and had always had high standards. And if I didn't meet them, I would judge myself for it, berate myself for it, belittle myself for it. And it just makes you feel worse. It doesn't help you in any way. So it's helped me to be a happier person. Self-compassion has all kinds of proven benefits. Emotional resilience, it reduces anxiety, it helps prevent depression, it helps to regulate your cortisol. There's all kinds of benefits to it. And something that I learned, practicing self compassion actually has three components to it.
Mm-hmm.
One is mindfulness, so that you are mindful of your own suffering and you are not judging your suffering. So whether it's like, if we choose, I was so tired this morning and I didn't exercise, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd say, oh, you should have gotten up earlier, you should have went to bed earlier last night, you should have just done it, that kind of thing. Instead, the mindfulness component is acknowledging the fact of the suffering. So I didn't exercise this morning and I feel bad about it. So you're not embellishing the situation, you're not saying, oh,
Mm.
I'm such a loser.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything like that,
Yeah.
and you're also not pushing your pain away. The other thing is, we've been told to suck it up
Yeah.
and to keep calm and carry on, and
Yeah. No.
and so sometimes people, they push their pain away instead of acknowledging it. So being mindful is saying, okay, you know, I didn't go this morning and I'm disappointed in myself.
Mm-hmm.
There's the mindfulness. The second is
Yeah.
common humanity, is recognizing there are other people that have gone through what you're going through. You're not alone. Other people have gotten through this before, so can you. And so you remind yourself of that. I'm not alone in this. I know my friend wanted to exercise, 5 times
Yeah.
last week and she only did 3. And so I'm not the only one, or
Mm-hmm.
however you want to help to recognize that you're not isolated, because when we feel isolated in our pain, it makes our pain worse. And then the third component is self-kindness. And it's to say something kind to yourself. And you can say, you know what, you've had a really busy week.
Yeah.
Or you can use your own name, Michelle. You've been so busy this week. It's really been exhausting. You probably needed the rest.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to bed early tonight and start again tomorrow.
I love that.
And yeah, and it's also asking what you need. What do
Mm-hmm.
I need right now? You know, and maybe you'll say, I have time for a 20-minute walk. I'll go for a 20-minute walk. Yeah. Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that. And I find that, since I became a mom, I think I do the self-compassion more, you know,
That's good.
way before I was always, racing and running and just chasing everything and feeling bad and guilty. And now I'm like, you know what? Like this morning, I was supposed to do my workout, but I felt tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't feel guilty about it. I was like, I'm going to help somebody, a friend of mine, work on the garden, and that's going to be my physical activity for the day. And I'm going to be outside getting the vitamin D and everything that I need,
Yeah.
and not, constantly feeling like, oh, like you said, I'm such a loser because I didn't do this, I didn't do that. No, I'm like, no, I'm going to allow myself to know that it's okay. And some days, it's okay to not feel like exercising. And I don't even like that word because it's such it tends to be a toxic and addictive
Yes.
word once people think about exercising. I call it movement,
Yes.
just joyfully moving your body because that's something that feels good to you, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
everybody's different. So I really appreciate what you've shared. And
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna go back and listen to this video and take some notes because I want to hear what all those three components are because you know we need that. It's and with social media too, especially Instagram where there's so much, you know what's the word I'm looking for, where we're always comparing. We see
Yes.
someone doing this and we compare and you're like, oh shit, this person is
Yes.
like better than me because
Yes.
they do it.
That
No, 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 no.
compare and despair, they call it.
Yes,
Compare and
yes,
despair. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's insane, and I'm super grateful to have connected with you. Thank you, Simon. Hi, thanks for joining in. And I saw that Leela joined in as well. Thank you, thank you. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the video, and either Michelle or I can go ahead and respond to those. And was there anything else you wanted to share with us? Awesome, Michelle. Oh, Michelle. So
Yes.
Michelle has, if you're in Ottawa, she has an amazing event coming up soon, and you don't want to miss that. I mean, the stuff that she shared right now, I feel like I would just want to go sit and listen to her, just, shower you with all these tools that you can go out and implement. So if you're in Ottawa, reach out to Michelle, and yeah, she'll give you details on her upcoming event. But
Thank
yeah, go ahead
thank you, Telsha.
yeah, is that okay? I'm like, yeah, she has an
Yes.
event to come to me.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yes.
Of course, anytime.
So yeah, with one other thing I wanted to mention about self-compassion and the practice of self-compassion, um, is it's called a practice because we have to do it over and over
Hmm.
and over
Yes,
again to get good at it.
yeah.
And the other component of it, with that self-kindness, it's not only saying kind words to yourself, but it's a kind gesture as well. The same as you would reach out to someone that you're being compassionate towards and you would rub their back or put your arm around them, you would do the same for yourself.
Oh
So
my God.
you can, rub your arm, you can stroke your cheek, put your hand over your heart when you when you're speaking these kind words to yourself. And that actually releases oxytocin, which is a feel-good hormone.
Yes.
Um, and just helps all around, making it a complete self-compassion practice.
Oh my gosh. I'm so grateful for you. This was amazing. We have to do these more often
Yes,
because
Chenza.
yeah, we seriously have to do this because I feel like, especially right now, I know that somebody out there is gonna listen to this and get all the stuff that, amazing information you shared, and start, and practice being
Mhm.
compassionate to themselves and just improve, because it's all about improving,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
and to not
it's not
judge
about perfect.
themselves.
Yeah, it's not about being perfection. I
That's
mean,
right.
kids, babies are so good at self-compassion. I mean, I always, like, when I start criticizing myself, I think of my son who's 5 years old now.
Hmm.
I think of when he was a baby and he was learning to walk,
Yes.
and he was just so resilient. He would get up, fall, and then do it again,
Hmm.
and then try again and keep
Yeah,
trying. And I don't remember
absolutely.
ever saying to him, "You're such a loser. Why are you
Right,
doing that?" Right?
right. Yes.
But then
We would never say
we
those things to other people.
no, no, yeah. So I'm like, if you would never say that to your child, like, why say it to yourself?
Hmm.
But like I said, we have all these tools for you, and hopefully, you go ahead and
Yeah.
implement. So yeah, you're awesome. I'm grateful,
So are you,
super
Chenza.
grateful
I'm really
that we
grateful to have met you.
connected. Yeah, thank you for connecting, and we'll talk more. And like I said, Michelle has an event if you're in Ottawa upcoming, and yeah, so many beautiful things happening. And yeah, anything else before we wrap this up?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Michelle,
you.
and thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.
All
Take
right.
care. Bye.
Bye.